Oh, well, this is a little different. Achievement! Yes. So for the folks watching, you're going to notice this is something a little different. We're doing this all completely in post. It's magical.
Yes.
That's going to ruin the LP experience.
Yep. It's not
I know what's
going
to happen.
Yeah, there wasn't really much in this episode that kind of made me freak out or go, I don't know. You're not missing out on much. I'll just leave it at that. But right here, we're just kind of enjoying the scenery and such.
It's a pretty nice area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was more so referring to Gunther's hat, but yeah, I guess it's also a cool place. There
yeah, I forgot about this part.
Whoa, and I just noticed it's some frame clip there. Oh, PS3.
Yeah, yep.
So unpolished. So by this point...
Orlando was so nice that we just went back down the hill right after it.
Yeah.
Screw this.
Yeah, Kuvo and Vicus kind of tricked me into searching it by the little thing to take us up there, and at this point I was kind of like, hey, maybe there's an illusory wall. There's something over this way, I know it.
Yeah, why would they let you walk over there if you couldn't go there?
Exactly, it's a doorway with stuff. I know how this game works. Well, shit.
Or
Back
perhaps
we go.
not. Nah, see, the actual secret wall is just a little off to your right.
Ah, of course. Off the cliff, as it were. And here we go again.
Do you think these gargoyles would want a tip? I mean, they're kind of like your personal taxi service here.
They'd probably
What would
factor
they accept
gratuity
as a
into it.
tip?
Sunlight metals? I don't know.
Souls?
Yeah, soul seems to be the common currency here.
Hugs!
So.
Hugs!
That is true.
So why are the gargoyles doing this and not just dropping Gunther? They seem... well,
Unfriendly?
they're helpful, but they don't look like the sort. I'd hate to judge a book by its cover, but come on now.
Maybe they're working for someone.
Yeah, maybe they got
Just in
friends on the
case.
side.
Just in case y'all wanted a little bit more eye candy, there we go.
Yeah, that's the real reason.
Right. Yep.
They're
Back
just like,
where we
"Fuck this,
started."
we're out of here. Alright, good video. Good
Yep.
progress.
Yep, we're all done here.
Just upload a 5-minute video to YouTube, add 23 minutes of blank space on it.
I should actually do that. It's an extra long episode.
This is such a nice place that I feel like you just slowly take it all in.
At this point, I was kind of remarking that it's kind of weird that new Londo looks so busted and haunted and spooky, and Anor Londo, I guess old Londo, looks pretty nice. Oh, and this.
Well, certain things happened to New Londo that made it that way.
Yeah, and I think right here, Kuvo originally said, "Oh, hey, it's Iron Tarkus," and I was kind of like, "What, really?"
That's what I said.
I'm pretty sure that either you or Vicus said something like that, and I was kind of like, "What, really?"
He just wants to talk to you.
Is he a friend?
Try stealth. And yeah, it was mentioned these guys just have a very tiny, quote-unquote, aggro radius.
Well, I think they're just
Yeah.
tired and they don't want to move in that armor.
Union workers. Whatever.
It's real heavy, you know? It takes a lot of energy to move around.
Yep. And one of those guys on the right has a chest behind him, and we'll be coming back to that momentarily.
It's weird, like, you actually knowing things about the game.
Well, it's kind of an illusion. Don't worry, it's gonna fall flat when we start up on the real recording session after we finish this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so when I first came into this area, I didn't realize that there was cool stuff over on the left here, and I proceeded to continue on with the level, and ended up dying and going all the way back to the bonfire by the blacksmith outside of Sens. Yeah, that was cool.
Why did this game stop giving me bonfires?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you come through here and there's 3. You can go straight, left, or right, and I went right.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. You just pick poorly, which is completely possible because all these paths are pretty nondescript. Unless you get a message that says bonfire ahead on one of them, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Speaking of bonfire ahead.
Kind of wish, like, right there when you're walking through that doorway, a big dude would just hit you as you came through.
It's part of the reason I did the run and the jump. I kind of wonder, I don't think I've ever tried it, but what would happen if you had low poise, you did a run and a jump, and something big hit you?
You would get staggered and hit out of the way, like you kind of ragdoll.
Well, you are a rare visitor. Welcome to the lost city of Anor Londo, chosen undead. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you.
Another person.
Yep.
A
They
revelation
aren't trying to kill us.
shall visit me.
What am I? Well,
Maybe the revelation's
I
going
am
to
the
try and
keeper
kill
of the
me.
bonfire. If not
I think
for
her
me,
official
usually how
name
it
is
works.
Dark
beacon
Moon
would there be in this
Nitrous.
lost city,
Something like that.
A
Yeah.
gate.
She has the brass set, which I really
and a
like.
guide. That is
She's
my
also got the
command.
can opener on top of her head as well.
Yeah.
The bonfires
brass can
attended
opener.
by the
Hey, it's
keepers are
useful.
special,
Just like
They
the
are linked to
fireball
one
merchant
another.
in the castle.
and their flames never die. Yet never shall the keepers of these flames meet.
Now,
If
I
you
might be
require
wrong about
us,
this, but
Now is the time. That is
sheesh,
after
go ahead,
all,
lady.
what the bonfire is for.
Yak, yak,
I thought
yak.
she was finished with her spiel.
Yeah, now she's done.
There we go.
She's just looking.
But yeah, this may be me imagining things, but I believe before the game was patched, the keeper's bonfires were not actually automatically kindled. The the three that we found,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that they weren't actually.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, because I remember seeing, like, while I was playing through a second or third character after one of the patches, that the Firelink came with 10 originally as opposed to 5. So,
Yep,
Okay.
that's how I remember it.
I hear all these changes. They really must have done a bit of a double take initially and changed a ton of stuff. Some of it I can see why, but other times it's kind of like, ugh.
yeah, they eased it up on some later patches.
Because I can look back on Demon Souls and some things inside that. I find it weird they pull their punches on some of the things they did.
I think the thing with it is that they kind of started off with an initial product, and they always meant to, like, roll it back at least somewhat, see what changes seemed to make sense and what didn't based on their whole player base.
I wonder if the changes have anything to do with region, like if they did North America patches to make it easier, as opposed to, like, European or Asian markets.
I guess that's also possible.
Console tards ruining hard games. That's how it is. At this point, Kuvo and Vicus pretty much said, hey, that straight-on path back there will take you ahead. The path opposite
Progress.
this room will come back to eventually. But there's also a chest here.
Yeah, the left and the right paths are optional right now.
Yep.
And I actually managed to do a decent pull for once. Oh boy.
It should involve both of those guys. I can't wait till you have to fight two at once.
Shouldn't be that bad, but it might be a case where I'm going to have to put the video in chipmunk time. I'm going to leave this as is for now, because Kuvo and Vicus mentioned these guys are just a massive pain in the ass because of how...
They're actually not
Tough they are.
too bad. They hit hard, but if you have a good poise shield, they're okay. They
Well,
just have a
more
lot of
so
HP.
that, their health, basically. It's just...
It's a lot of HP, and also if you hit them pretty much anywhere in the shield, it negates damage
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. I know
Which-
that...
Makes it so a lot of your hits just don't land.
Yeah, you remember the Titanite demons, the janitors I had to fight in that tar
Yeah.
slop? I basically put that whole segment in chipmunk time because
Yeah.
trudging around and fighting something as beefy as that.
Oh yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so I'm going to probably do the same treatment with these guys if I come across them a lot. And
They show up a bit.
There are more of
yeah.
them.
yeah, and I can't backstab them, I guess,
No.
because of their size.
No, they're big guys can't really backstab.
And they can't bleed because they're just stuff.
They're soulless shells.
Bleed would be pretty nice on these big guys.
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of things in this game that I would just love to bleed, but that you can't.
Ooh. Forgot about that shield squish.
Definitely, when we come back to them later, be careful of the shield smash. That will just drain your stamina like crazy. If
Yeah.
it catches you off guard, it's just gonna fuck you up.
I'm already going through it in my head as to how I deal with the pair of them, but I guess it'd just be a long slug and just play conservatively.
Yeah, their shield hit does probably the most damage, but they're most annoying if you get two of them. They have like a really long horizontal sweep with the halberds. So
Yeah.
that's the one that gets annoying if you're fighting two of them.
Yeah, I remember the gargoyle bosses.
Yeah, it's the same way.
Yeah. it's
They
just
they
kinda-
cover each other so that you really just can't get in close, except for a few
Yeah.
times.
It's unfortunate that most of the enemies in this game don't hurt each other,
Hmm
with a
Yeah.
few exceptions.
Oh, and just a few moments ago, we were actually discussing the gargoyles. Well,
Funny about that.
yeah, let's come up here to this elevator. I didn't realize it was an elevator at first.
Yeah, it looks like a death trap.
Yeah, I see the
Especially with the
blood
blood.
stains.
Especially with the
Kinda
blood
like-
stain.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, what is this doing here? And then, oh, and while the elevator takes its time to come back, there's not a button I can hit repeatedly, so it's a matter of waiting.
Yeah, it's automatic.
And back to what I was
Yep.
saying about gargoyles. Hey,
Oh, hey, buddy.
it's a buddy. But he seems to be by himself, so we'll sort him out momentarily.
Oh man, weren't we? Did we spend this whole time hinting at like a certain special ability about him during the actual recording?
I do know you were hinting about one thing that we'll get to nearing the end of the gargoyle fight.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, whoa, what the hell? I think I know
Well,
about
actually,
I
I'm
think
kind
I
of
know
sad
about
that whole
is.
thing was lost because we were really heavy-handed about it.
I still think probably the better part of the recording was when y'all were trying to goad me into searching the core or whatever that flew me over here. Both y'all were both going, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. And I'm just kind of going, whoa, no!
You'll be fine. Just go for it.
I like the Archimedes screw here to make the elevator work.
Yeah.
Good luck.
There are more of those in this, which is actually it's a really nice set piece.
Here I am looking for something under the stairway. In games, there's always something hidden under stairways, but not in this. So strange.
Well, there have been things hidden under other stairways.
This is true.
It's just this one.
If I was a
have it.
designer at From, I would just put rubbish under every single stairway.
Always give you a little glowy pile, but always make it rubbish.
What did the need master mean exactly?
I don't even know.
Well, generally when it
Maybe you
says
just
like,
need to have mastered.
yeah, generally when it says like need soldier or need hollow, that means they want other people to summon or be summoned. But I don't know, master maybe.
A little creepy.
Yeah.
Some scrub was having issues. So yeah, something that's neat about these guys is just how much nicer their armor looks. But they've also got that
Oh,
little,
yeah.
that little pirouette move of theirs.
Yeah, it's like the ones on top of the church were actually made of stone, and these ones are
Yeah,
actually
Worn
real.
out, and these guys are. But yeah, it's like a lot of really nice touches because the gargoyle enemies they have basically the same attack set with some minor differences, but they're each one of the sprites that you fight or each one of like the models you fight is actually just different.
Yeah, I really like the little subtle hints about the gargoyles. Oh yeah, and one thing that the gargoyles elsewhere had was breathing fire. Around this point, I'm kind of going, so he's just like the original, except for the pirouette and the fact that he hasn't breathed fire yet. Maybe when he gets to half
Because
health,
then he
he'll
can't-
start
he
doing
can't
it.
breathe fire.
And
We were just like, nope.
kind of
can't
like,
breathe
no,
fire.
he doesn't breathe fire. Don't worry about it. You're just
Yeah, he would
you're
have used
just
his
worrying
fire
about
earlier
things.
if he had it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, pretty normal. No fire.
In the PC
Joey's-
Dark Souls game, I actually managed to get his tail off in the first gargoyle fight. So I've now just been wandering around with that tail axe, playing as a fat thief, which is awesome, by the way.
I got the visual cue off in the video as to where that whole... There it is. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Whoops.
remembered I was on the stairway when that happened. I was kind of like, whoa, where's the fire? And you're both kind of like, oh, there's no fire. Don't worry about it. Then
We
lightning.
were right.
Yeah, I kind of like how the ones at the church, who were probably one of the first things that would-be heroes would come across, those guys were all beaten up and worn and battered, and the buddy who'd come in was all half health and beaten to hell, and this guy's all sparkly clean because nobody ever gets here.
His wings are fucked up.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Like, it's interesting, because as nice as this place looks, there are a lot of little things that point to, like, signs of decay.
Mhm.
And there is actually a reason for that we may explain
Yeah.
at some point.
May be explained after the game is done.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in the thread, ahem.
Or yeah, explained 2 weeks ago in the thread, maybe. Yeah.
What was with these stat things? No idea what caused
Okay, when you
that?
when you use the axe,
Yeah.
it actually increases some of your resistances, like your poison and bleed resistance, just by equipping the axe.
Yeah, I see that
but
in the
instead
top
of
left
like,
by my poise icon.
but yeah, instead of like just resetting it down to add things to the top, for some reason it sort of adds things to the bottom of your poison meter. Meaning that when you equip the axe and your resists go up, you still have the exact same amount of poisoning that you had when your resists
Yeah,
were
so
down.
it kind of fills the bottom in with poison or bleed or whatever.
And then that goes away and you have the higher resist.
There's several other weapons that do the same thing when you equip them.
The other gargoyle weapon does it too, the tail axe.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. When I was getting in position just moments ago, before we start this next recording session, I actually was going through Sen's Fortress again, and I got one of the Snakeman's swords.
Ooh, I love that thing.
Yeah, those things are cool. Big
Might try it
curved
out.
blade.
That's actually one of the best great swords, interestingly enough.
Cool.
At least if you're doing a strength build. Because I think it's the great sword with the highest strength like the highest strength attribute
Mm-hmm.
up.
Well, we'll get into that momentarily, I suppose. But that is it for the post-recording here, and that is it for Gunther. Fun times.
Well, for this.
For now.
This recording of Gunther.